I'm photoshopping. You continue doing your thing.
Oh wait, hold on, hold on, hold
I'm
on.
not going to. I'm gonna go.
All right.
He's
I
going.
found it.
Oh,
Oh,
I wish.
Prefect of Polis, Motes
thank
Thane, embarks on the most sacred of tasks bade to one of his station, the delivery of an edict. Escorted by Saint of Storms, Canera Wright, White, attorney at
You'd like
law.
to think so.
Pretty law.
He finds his way to a standstill conflict outside the rebel camps of the Border Spire Old Walls. His orders to untangle the conflict which stymies the two legendary tribunes, Archbishop Renauld and Countess Savington. The Edict of Service dictates 7 days to claim the Border Spire from the rebels, lest all die by the Overlord's will. The Prefect finds the tribune's schemes tiring, and with fellow Prefect of War Geralt, compromised by his injuries, Motes endeavors instead to forge his own path. Using the information afforded by the Forgiven's prisoner of war, a shaman by the name Arya Sorrowsong, he intends to decode the secrets of the Old Walls and allow Exosa's forces to enter the spire with minimal loss of life. As he is requested to take along a representative for the Crimson Court, Baroness Elizabeth Crookshire's stately executioner, Sir Ostric, is assigned to the task. The group lay eyes on the distant scattered cliffs as their first objective for the investigation. At least that's what you told me.
Was that part of it?
No.
Unironically, what is Moat's prefect of?
Polis, which is basically people.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, like the Latin term.
Yeah, because Latin's real.
Yeah.
I fucked that up.
What is the new fucking gambit of can't actually Photoshop Canera onto a lizard?
Not as good as Dave's.
Thank you. I'm
I'll
glad I
say
said
it.
it.
Yeah.
You didn't erase the edges where it meets, so I can't tell.
You
if
gotta
it's
get
like
the
one.
scales under the shirt.
Yeah.
I want to take us to the median map, but it's more you'll actually be able to assess the information from here. So
Sure.
as you're kind of gearing up, Carleton will approach, and he'll say, "So you're heading out there? Gonna take a look at some of the notable places around the old walls?"
We're heading to the Scattered Cliffs. Yeah, we're heading to the Scattered Cliffs. There's some work to be done there, and maybe we can figure all this out.
You're going out there. He's going to look you up and down.
Is there something we should be on the lookout for?
You can't say that.
No.
Tell me.
I mean,
What do you see?
you shouldn't not.
He says, well, it's just, I mean, depending on how high up you want to go. It's kind of, athletically challenging to get up there, but more importantly, what are you getting up there for?
And then referring to our notes, basically we're looking for some stones. It's lodestones with sigils on them.
They're not already going to have sigils on them.
We have to put the sigils on them.
Okay, then he will confer that and say, there are lodestones we are looking for. Have you come across them?
I'm going to very strictly define the terminology here.
Okay.
So,
Go for it.
the lodestone is I'll start from the beginning. Just sort of stone. Just sort of, elements, minerals. Just stone is sort of the, what would you call it? The material component.
Okay.
Like sunstone is just a stone, a type of stone. Then you have the runes, or sigils, whichever you feel like. That's fungible. A lodestone, Lode, is the material component combined with the sigil/rune.
So we gotta cook them, Kane. We gotta put them in an easy bake oven.
We gotta make them.
There's a simple math.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Says, "You're going to the cliffs to collect some sunstone." Okay.
That's right.
Wait here. He's gonna jog off, his armor clinking and clanking. And it'll be several minutes as he kind of has to go back and forth. And he comes
We
back.
do not wait for him.
I had all of it right here.
Guys,
Here they
You
are.
didn't have to go. I have all 3 of them.
don't go.
I just had to take a leak.
Soon I'll leave.
And he comes back with. Let me see. How much of this do I want to? All right. Let's see if these copy paste well.
It's gonna be exactly what we need, and you guys are just gonna kill Arya.
He comes back with 4 items: a pick, just a stone pick, a bucket, some iron stakes, and rope. And you'll see the one that those add. Those each have their own sort of benefits that they'll do for the climbing you're apparently about to face. But the
We
plus,
have like an inventory.
you should make one. You should maybe use
Can
the notebook.
Should we put it in the notebook or should we put it on like a separate one that's just like an inventory?
We haven't used the notebook for
Anything.
anything yet, so
Okay.
let's go ahead and do it there. That makes sense.
Sure.
You want to take care of that, Mac?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm not DMing anymore, so.
Yeah.
I got time.
Kane?
Uh-huh.
I'm not
I
DMing
don't- I'm
anymore.
blind, I
so
can't
I'm
read.
able to order Kane around freely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm able to continue to order Kane around.
Not the team anymore. It'll be much easier for me to order you around, Kane.
You got it.
I can focus now.
You shit
Um,
man. I can't. Fuck.
You fucking dump, you poopy. Fuck you.
Song's over.
So these each have a 1 next to them, and as Carleton sort of forks them over, pretty much to God, who would be Pack Beast? He'll do it to Canera, just
I'm
as
gonna
the
say
only person
she's
he can
already
talk
got
to.
a satchel on her, so it's probably logical.
But you, Canera, you feel how fucking heavy this all is to carry. And so, each of these items is 1 point that will be taken off of either your athletics or physique. You get to choose.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
cool.
interesting.
And so you, Canera, currently carrying all 4, have -4 points to whichever thing of your choice. You could even split it up. But, so that's how it works.
Okay.
This won't add weight, but he's then going to get out a little sort of prefabbed camping backpack with like a quick put up tent and supplies. And he says, "And if you're going out there, you're probably gonna want this. It's a pretty long journey between us and them." You can see here from the lines between the median and the 4 territories. These blue lines represent a half day's travel. Choosing to explore a place, if you like go and actually do something there, is another half a day. If you don't just leave immediately.
Okay.
Camping takes up a half a day. And he pats the supplies and says, "This should make for, 3 camps, at least in terms of rations."
Okay, and we only have to camp once and eat once per day.
You
That'll
don't
cover
have to
that.
do anything, but camping is the only way you're going to be able to rest.
Cool. Okay.
Like, at least to be completely refreshed. Fate points and everything.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Any rest past that would probably not restore a fate point or something. There'd be some mechanical cost
Yeah, you can just,
there.
like, sit in a place for a while, but, like, your stress will go away, but certain things like refresh and anyone else's effects who follow the same rules as refresh won't come back.
I like that. Very cool.
Keep track of that.
Okay.
Yep, I got it in there already.
I also have
For
your
uses.
days in the notebook. How far you are through any?
Gotcha. And sorry, I want to just confirm this is half day for that, and you said another half day to, like each
Yes.
blue line is a half day, and it's a half day to.
Half day
ransack.
to move between territories, and half day
Oh, it's in
to
the bottom.
like actually. Yeah, I did a little
Okay.
legend down here.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, cool. I like it.
He'll load that backpack up, just not knowing what to do. No one else here is very friendly. He just hands that to Canera, who already has her hands full.
Canera will take it. Clearly, not really like phased by it, though. Obviously, weighing how heavy it is as she kind of shifts it around in her arms. She's going to look out over the gang and kind of rest her eyes on Arya briefly.
She will immediately look away.
Let's see. So Ostrich is coming with us as a Southern representative.
Yes.
We know his name, right?
We
Roll
heard it.
lore. No.
Yeah,
you
I
know
would-
his name.
We
never
heard
It
it.
was
asked me.
announced to us, yeah.
We didn't ask it. They did not
Kevin.
ask him. That's true. But Elizabeth said multiple times, fucking
She
threatening
did
him as
say
a
it,
bouncer,
yeah.
like Ostrich, come in here.
Uh-huh. Yes, you did. So we're
That's
good.
that's my pet name, so I don't know if you guys want to use that one.
Ostrich is,
familiar.
it means something in the south.
My Christian name.
I still think she'll address him as Scourge. That's the
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
very nice.
okay. She'll say, "This equipment is too much to hold in one hand. We're going to have to separate it out. Obviously, the prefect is exempt."
Obviously.
She'll pass. She's gonna pass the bucket to Ostrich. No, I'm sorry. She's going to pass the pick to Ostrich. She's going to keep the rope and the stakes. No, she's going to keep the rope. She's going to take the stakes, she's going to put them in the bucket, and she's going to pass both to Arya.
All right.
Wait, what is she trying to hand me?
She's handing you the bucket and the stakes, so you have a -2 right now.
She's gonna look that up and down and she'll say, I can't carry all of that.
You'll make yourself useful.
She says, I need both hands to cast spells. And she'll take the rope and she'll offer you the pick back.
You didn't get
you
the
have
pick.
Stakes. You got a bucket and stakes, dog.
I thought you gave me the rope.
No. I'm not giving you the rope.
That's the new
I'm not
offer at
trusting you
Outback,
with
is the
rope.
bucket full of steaks. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
The raw meat collects in the tail.
I'm gonna roll provoke. Birch. That's not my best provoke roll. She's H. Wow.
Yeah, so I would say at this point, you didn't actually hand the stuff over, right? You were offering it?
Originally I had said I did, but with that we could.
Yeah, I
we could
think
make
with
it
that
kinda-
narrative, you're just holding it in the air right now and you're getting stared through.
I
She'll,
can take the pick without any.
Mo, shut the fuck up.
I'm speaking over her in that case. If you don't take it, you don't take it?
No, I'm not taking either one of those things at this point. With a 5 against a 2, she can fucking eat my ass.
And she will.
And she will.
With style.
He's
Whatever you
the
want.
DM,
With
so.
style.
Yeah, what do you want your successful style to be? Well,
Does F5 defend against mine as well? Or I assume a new one, right? A new attack roll.
Are you saying something different?
Oh, I'm going to if she doesn't take it. So give me that will roll to see how this
Gosh, I
goes.
suppose so, huh?
is that a thing where you just both do the same roll, or
I mean, it's an
feel like
attack,
No,
basically.
you know,
It's
Declan will be
Yes.
the
It's a
final
different.
word
It's a
on
different
this.
character though.
it's a different character. It's just about, I don't know, they are different
It's the
attacks.
same
That's how it
issue.
works.
Like,
Yeah, but it speaks to different like positions, though.
Kane is right. It's a different character.
If you get
Alright.
attacked by an arrow from one guy, then another guy shoots
I was already
another
dodging
arrow.
arrows, and I
You
dodged the
don't
one
just go.
good.
Well, the first arrow is just the same as the second.
Oh,
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
But-
Alright.
But I know I went hard the other way, but actually, yeah, Dave, I was of the same mind at first, but then I was like, I think you just gotta roll it. But I was of the same opinion at first.
I'll also refer to you and say, I consider you and what you are an affront to Exosa. You are here to be useful, and if you are not useful, you will be taken care of. You will be removed, and I will allow her to do it. Do you understand? You will pick up what you are given. You will do what you are told. And that is the way it will be, or you will be dealt with.
So, Canera's sort of bullheaded approach fell flat. Definitely doesn't fear the brute strength, but maybe realizing that it was Moats that was the one that had her swing at her while she was on the post in the first place, that this guy is that ice cold, she will kind of let the gravity of the situation hit her, and she'll grab the she'll take the bucket of steaks from Canera, and
God, they look
almost
tasty.
immediately yeah, just and the garlic sauce.
Making me so
Almost
hungry.
immediately, it will the weight of it will fall almost to the point of hitting the ground before she has to tense her shoulders to keep them from slamming. And she doesn't really have a remark for that. With a fucking -1 against a 4, she'll just kind of fall in line.
Just kind of nod towards Canera.
Canera, having rolled poor enough that I won't really have any backlash or anything in terms of this, will kind of maybe even like crinkle the side of her nose a little bit, and she'll take the rope. And you know how she's kind of got her braid around one shoulder? She's gonna hook the rope around the
She
other.
adds it to her hair.
She loops it with
braids
her
it.
hair.
Can't tell the
She
difference
braids
anymore.
it.
Yeah.
It's a compulsion. I don't know what to tell you.
She sees rope. She knows what to do with it.
So she's actually got it hooked on the opposite shoulder, so it almost looks like there's rope on both shoulders.
Mhm.
And she'll call out to Ostrich and say, Scourge, you will keep that pick secure.
But of course, my liege. And he'll tuck the handle into his belt with the top of it just kind of hanging over the sock.
Yeah, figured it would be a hell of a time trying to collect some stone and bring any notable amount back if you're just hacking away at it with your sword, carrying it in your pockets. Thought you'd need that.
Your foresight's appreciated. Thank you.
Well, whatever helps this get done easier, Prefect.
Have you seen the other prefect? Prefect Garrel.
He says, you mean since then? Because he's still holed up in the same place.
Shouldn't have expected him to move. I need to speak with him. The rest of you prepare, and I will be back shortly.
Can I come
I
with?
I will see myself in the general direction that I believe the tent.
Moats turns around, trips immediately over a rock, and just falls in the mud.
Yeah, his white cane ticks against the dirt,
Oh, well.
upending stones.
I guess I'll see you later, but then we both start going the same direction. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll start by following Moats.
Sure.
The Tribunes have vacated for the time. Nothing really left to argue. Geralt's fiery silhouette is, as usual, very dim, more like embers, and seems to be facing the other way based off what you can read of his silhouette.
Prefect?
No.
Enjoying the silence, I assume.
He'll turn over and say, I was. What can I do for you, Prefect?
I'll be short, but there are things that must be discussed while I'm away. Matters of war. Given that that is your expertise, I should think that you're the one to discuss them with.
I am stationed to remain as awake as I can for these matters, but I have to admit the unbearable energy of 2 tribunes in one room is putting me closer to the edge than even the arrow wounds.
Just kind of nod, feeling around the table with his left hand.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I agree. That's why I
Do you
laughed
think I should
heartily.
do stand-up?
You
I've
can't
thought
stand
about
up. And then I fucking kill the show. Take will damage, you fucking idiot. Feeling the wooden map or whatever is carved on this table, he'll refer to it and say, the land, the one that's promised, will be divided east and west. It'll be you who decides who gets what, who is owed.
He'll put a hand up and say, hey, I'm Prefect of War. I tell people where to go. What would be the best idea? You know, tell people which tiers to blow up. You're the Prefect of, what's Polis translate to?
Polis.
That's people, right?
Nods.
You're a lot closer to land matters than me. I don't know for these things.
Just kind of like letting him finish out of politeness, you will say, I promised them the land depending on who warranted it, who provided the most towards your war effort. That would put it in your purview. I will defend the position, but I will need you to weigh in to tell me who has earned this right and who will serve Exosa's will.
He'll sit up with a groan and say, I hate to risk dereliction of duty, Prefect Thane, but with all due respect...
Motes. Prefect Motes.
Ooh.
Sorry. You know, old war dog, used to using last names.
You were saying...
I'm really not functional. At this point, I'm advisory. I'm not going to be out there. I'm not going to actually see who's contributing what. You're running lead on this now. That's why Tunon sent you in. I can back you up. I can listen to your testimonial, and I can hear things out and act as judge, but... I'm out of service right now, man. I can't be what you want.
You can't be a prefect of war or anything.
He says, I can barely be a guy shitting while sitting up straight. There's a lot I'm lacking right now until I get the proper attention.
Motes will just kind of tap on the wood with his knuckle. And I expected more. I expected a prefect of war to be stationed and to handle matters. But if it is my duty, then I shall do it. I will rely on your on your word as prefect of war.
Oh, shit.
And I will call upon it.
You can roll a rapport or deceive for me. He's reading into your intent with that phrasing, how shitty you're being. Okay. Holy fuck. He's just gonna squint at you. Give me just like a single word about what sort of tone you're taking.
Chastising.
Okay, that's enough. He says,
That's enough!
alright, well, Prefect of Polis, you can take a couple arrows to the chest and then walk back in here on a stretcher and tell me how good a job you're gonna do. We square?
Of course. We'll be gone for 4 days' time. Maybe returning sooner. I look forward to the progress that you have all made.
Yeah,
I'll see myself out.
right. Let's just say I'm hopeful about whatever lead you're chasing.
Exosa will guide us. Goodbye.
He's gonna recline. He's gonna enter his animation to pull the covers back over and go back into sleeping.
Alright, I'll join the group.
I've got some calibrations to do. Does anybody say anything out here while he's gone?
Kanara inherently does not, aside from being wholly unhappy to be stuck with these two, but she will just kind of she'll babysit.
Ostric's generic stance is arms crossed, staring at them both.
Arya's just holding the bucket like a teenager asked to do any chore.
Yeah.
Kanara's also got her arms crossed. It's like a Mexican standoff.
that after too long of silence, Moats reemerges.
All right. Before we get too far into it, Ostrich, do you have your machine more than man, or are you a man in armor?
Roller.
Yeah, what do you have to roll for that?
He's a guy in a suit of armor. Moats, you would have to roll like lore.
Okay. I just want to make sure that like if he's pure machine, I wouldn't be able to see him.
You can see some.
It's just a suit of armor. And you understand this kind of suit of armor with his weapon to be, it's a bit of an obscure thing. Like a 3 lore is pretty good, but it's still kind of like from a backwoods type of idea.
Totally.
He is a executioner. He is assigned as sort of a stately ward to the head of a noble house, and stays kind of on their personal property or goes wherever with them. And given that he was here with somebody who he obeyed, he was likely Lady Elizabeth's executioner.
Okay. Almost adjacent to a knight in my head.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
know he's a
Actually.
bloodsucker in it. Go ahead, Sean.
I was just saying he wasn't knighted, but it was kind of like it wasn't like an actual knighting, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Entitled.
called Sir Ostrich.
It's not really an honorable post, despite the
Okay.
nomenclature.
Sure. Don't make the mistake of comparing it to this world.
Yeah,
Got it.
actually, honor is very absent from this post. Is another thing. You know, he's a bloodsucker. You know, this isn't an honorable title at all.
Sounds good. Then I will return to meet the others. Referring to them all, I will say, "Are ready to leave then?"
Canara will look at Moth and say, "We are able."
Not willing, but I can, I guess.
The prefect has laid this at our feet, this task. Exosa has trusted us with, I'll refer to Sir Ostrich and say, "You understand what must be done, correct?"
Of course, I'm here to follow your lead after all.
You will defend us as best as you can.
I'm sorry you cut out there, Ken.
Yeah, no worries. You will defend us to your full capability.
He'll just nod at that.
Shrug.
And understand that if this one, and he'll nod at Sorrow Song, Arya, tries to run, that you are to kill her.
That I can oblige.
Fantastic. South is provided.
Yeah, he doesn't really give any kind of like affirmation after that. Just kind of, you know.
Beheads her in one motion.
Yeah.
To prove his devotion.
Loud and clear.
He's the kind of guy who just sort of lets you ruminate on whatever's going on right at the moment.
Gotcha. Declan, could you also add, I wasn't going to use it, but I do have like a placeholder snake icon for my muse. Could
Okay.
you add one for me?
Nick!
That. Yeah, it's just Metal Gear Snake. Which one? You'll have to guess.
Snake.
Yeah.
Wait.
I got you, Kane.
No, show to everybody. Fuck.
Get in there.
There's so many different fields. There.
All right.
Inquisitus.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny.
I thought so.
Okay. Then you guys start footing it a little bit north, but then west, and start going down a slightly less marked trail out of the median and through the cliffs.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a walk. You begin the half-day's journey down from the median toward the distant... You can see them. They are towering. They're actually taller like they're taller than the valley. They reach out and you could see back into Terra or the Sanguine Gulf from outside the walls that you have now been encased in. They're nowhere close enough to do anything with that, but they are taller. Very funny, Kane.
I thought so.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Let me replace it with the real one.
No.
It's gonna be the other one. It's gonna be the other butt.
I'll just...
Alright. And then, like, the snake grows out of that? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
that's,
This is terrible. This is bad audio. Let's keep going.
You start to head over, and you're kind of taking an alternate path. Like you can see where roads diverge, sort of as a natural feature of the landmass, and down to the south, you can see the road down to the Old Wall ruins, another location detailed in Arya's notes.
All right. I just keep pace behind Canera this whole time, stepping wherever she steps.
Yeah, I
Nice.
imagine Kara's leading. She's not setting like a ridiculously fast pace or anything. It would probably just match.
She keeps jogging in short segments and then stopping.
Yeah.
Like a video game NPC, she's running as fast as she can to make sure she's maintaining a faster speed than you are.
Like a Guild Wars 2 NPC, she's not quite fast enough to run, not quite slow enough for walking speed. It's like, what did the dev set this at? It's weird.
75.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Okay. And so, unless anybody has any thoughts on the way, you start to mount the path and climb ever upwards towards what looks like some low cloud cover.
Okay. I'll just prompt Canera and say, keep your eyes towards the spire. It's best that we see them before they see us.
In terms of like if anyone sees them while they're climbing the cliffs.
Yeah, just to make sure keep an eye out. So I don't know if you want to roll notice or go ahead.
How mountainous is this, Declan? Is it like is it just a footpath?
Yeah, it's a roughly beaten footpath.
All right.
It's kind of some
That's
awkward
all.
traction involved.
That is all I wanted to know.
Okay. What does he mean by that?
Puts on his treads and runs. Oh. No, this looks bad. We shouldn't be here. We can't do this.
And you finally make your way up. It's quite a tall climb. You're like sweating by the end of it, especially
I don't
Arya.
sweat.
yeah.
Oh no. This is why we need the grid to keep space between people. So Modes can't kiss anybody.
Oh, no. Oh, God, there he is.
It's okay,
Oh, Lord.
he's on the frontmost layer. He can't hurt
Oh,
anybody.
I was zoomed out. Oh, Lord. Okay, thank God. Wait, now I can do it to him, though.
Kids,
Oh yeah.
quit horse playing, you're gonna fall off the cliff.
Quick grab ass over there.
Oh, the page just didn't load for me. Okay, there we go.
Oh, weird.
Now it loaded. I was like, where's my team?
And so as you approach, you kind of have to scale your head back to see even look up at the summit of the cliffs that are actually sort of, I would say, accessible to you, but even that seems a bit nebulous. To even begin the approach to this, you see that there's a little hop across the tiny... You technically have to call it a chasm, even if it's small, but theoretically, falling down it is pretty much death.
Well, like I guess this is it. Canara says we have to go back.
Oh, all right.
Canara will be taking a moment to kind of recuperate.
Motes with a negative 11, you just make it.
Yeah, you get
Whoa.
like about.
But if you
here.
fate point it, you can succeed with style.
Nice.
My fate point or my aspect plot armor.
How is Moats faring right now?
Moats roll
Maybe you
physique.
got yeah.
They got it. Oh, I don't have that.
No, you don't.
Let's
I know
do
you
it.
don't. Oh,
All right.
Wow.
he's holding up. He's probably like doing, where you're trying to keep your breath by just nose breathing, even though you probably should use your mouth, but he's composed.
Kenner will look back at Arya and say, did the scripture entail anywhere in particular we could find these stones?
Jacqueline.
Roll me a lore.
All right.
See how finely you parsed it down to the detail.
God damn, Arya.
You eat
Arya
this for
says,
breakfast?
no.
Well, funny comment, Kane, but the scripture
No,
does
no,
indeed
no.
dictate that sunstone.
Yeah.
It's not like a
So-
mineral, like in the typical sense where it just existed, like as part of the composition. Sunstone grows, and it is hard as rock. It is a stone, but it grows, and it grows toward the sun,
Yeah.
which isn't really getting any down here, so it must be up at the top.
Yeah, so Arya will say through labored breaths, they call it sunstone because, like a plant, it grows towards the sun. It's gonna be high up where it's sunny.
Kenner will kind of incline her head and like let a breath exhale through her nose. She'll say, very well. And she's going to look back at Moats and say, Prefect, how comfortable are you with heights?
Well, I can't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fear of heights, typically.
Yeah. He'll
Gotta
just
fucking see it.
entertain her, say, "How high are we?"
She's not gonna get that.
She'll say, did he actually ask that, though?
No.
Okay.
He'll just refer to her and say it's nothing before me.
He
I'll say,
lies.
He says, shaking.
Either way, it may be in your best interest to wait here. The cliffs we are about to scale are quite tall.
I will trust this to you.
She nods and she'll say, whatever gear we don't need, we will leave in the prefect's possession. Says, perhaps it is your lucky day. She'll look down to Arya.
She's got no time for that. She's already rolling her eyes.
Let's see, what all do we have? Probably need rope. It's probably a good thing to have. Picks probably a good thing so we can actually get the...
I think it's everything.
Yeah, I think it's all of the climbing equipment.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for Mac to consult the list and really figure out what that meant.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of these stones do we need, though?
Just one, right?
Yeah,
each
if you manage to
location.
climb back down safely and not drop it or break it or anything.
Oh,
But I mean, I suppose you could always climb back up and collect another single one
Oh,
and then just get
no,
back
we'll
down without
jimmy.
dropping or breaking it.
We'll jimmy something
I think
with the
just throw
bucket
them down
and
to
rope.
boats, honestly.
Moats will catch it.
Catch!
Throw it to me.
Catch him in his eyeballs.
You can hear it
I don't
accelerating.
need them. Yeah. It's like a Looney Tune.
My thought process is we get to the top, we tie the rope with the bucket, we put the crystals in the bucket, we lower them to Moats.
Yep, that's smart.
But sticking with that, she'll take the camping gear and she'll set it with Moats for the time being. And she'll say, then it is time for us to scale. And where do I even begin? Do I have to check a safe path up?
No.
Arya's gonna real quick say, "What? All three of us?"
Yes, my child.
She's gonna look some Oats and say, "Well, what if he's attacked?"
Then he will say something, don't you think?
Yeah, but we're gonna be all the way up there.
Look over to Canara and say, Find me a place away from the roads.
Kinara pushes him in the.
Acid
Good
morphine.
thinking, Satan.
And thank you.
You look down and you see a bunch of rebels that are climbing up with climbing hooks
Whoa.
up the side. Oh, I'm gonna fucking get you, Mos.
Oh, they have knives in their teeth.
I was
Yeah,
going to say
he's gonna
knives
say
and
knives in
forks.
their teeth.
Yes. Knives and forks pounding them on the rocks as they approach.
So presumably that notice is to create an advantage for you to use a possible stealth roll, right? So it's
That's
like
what
I'm
I was
noticing you. All right.
The
So
tree,
that
the
notice
tree next
was
to you
to
looks
create-
climbable, nice and
Alright.
hidden.
All right. Kinara, kind of surveying the surroundings, she'll walk over to Moats, and she'll say, "We'll hide you in this tree then."
That's so dignified.
She says, "Apologies in advance, but it is our most advantageous position."
Ostrich will step up to him and say, I would like to posit that my armor makes it a bit difficult for me to do much athletic, acrobatic actions. Perhaps I should stay with the prefect.
He's got a dog in his armor.
Oh, you mute real fast. I'll put her in the room.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good point. Kanara, I'll let you respond before I do, unless you got something.
She's
just muted.
grinding her fucking molars.
Why are you just barking?
She'll say, oh, God. She'll look over, I guess, woefully at Arya, and she'll say, I suppose I am not object. She'll look down to you, Moats, and she'll say, it is to your discretion.
Sir Ostrich will stay with me. You will ascend and return with Sunstone.
She'll nod and she'll say, if there is any trouble, even should Sir Ostrich be by your side, the tree will provide you ample cover until me and the... God, what is she? She's a...
Shaman.
Shaman. Is there a colloquial shaman,
Shaman.
or just shaman?
You could say mage as a general purpose thing.
Just mage. I say, until me and the girl mage return from the cliffside. And she'll head over to Ostrich and put a pauldroned hand out for the axe or the pick.
We'll hand it over, handle-wise, facing her.
She'll take it.
And they'll toss it over the edge.
No!
Psych!
Use the rope as a lasso.
He'll wipe his hand back over his helmet.
Arya's crouched down behind Kanara and they tabletop her off the edge.
Dork.
No!
What a dork.
Arya's in the armor. Oh my god.
Oh my god. But she'll take it and she'll hook it onto her, actually just one of the loops of her like very thick hair that's acting as a belt around her, and she'll look again to Arya and say, then it is you and me, my child. Let us move.
Woof.
She'll just look up at the cliff face, back to Kanara, and she'll just start moving.
All right, so what's everyone got?
So
I've
right,
got,
we have two each.
Yeah, we
is
have
how
two
it
each.
is
Okay, then.
right now.
I got
Select
the bucket of steaks.
select how to modify. That's -2 points you got to spend. So
I'll be doing -2 physique.
Okay, you enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm changing that. This is Kanara. Okay.
So, I want to make it really explicit so you understand. Do you understand how the stakes and rope work? What they're for? mechanically
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Who's got them?
Arya has the stakes. I have the rope.
All right.
The pick.
And, sorry. Writing down my stats really quick so I remember. Alright. So, I'm assuming we can use them in kind of whatever ways we want.
They specifically affect skills.
Oh, I see.
I have their
Well,
mechanic
they have
function here
different
listed.
effects. Yeah.
They serve these explicit purposes.
So hopefully one of you have crafts.
No, I don't think anyone in this group is craft. Maybe Ostrich.
I have really high crafts.
Sorry, I'm rereading these now. Just to make sure I do understand.
I trust you, Saint White.
She's like reading. She's like checking her phone, going through her emails. Like, okay, when? So that's it.
Implicitly, I trust you.
Shut up.
Honestly, what if I just dump all this off the side of the cliff and climb myself? Honestly, I think I have a better chance.
Yeah. I mean, of getting
Awesome.
up for sure.
I just fall back down. It's fine. Do like
Cool.
feather fall or something. That'll be cool.
Shit, you have that? God, fucking wizards are broken.
Yep.
Oh man.
I don't know how to deal with these
No.
things. I
Alright,
dimension
so-
door into the room. Fuck you, Declan.
One of us has to roll crafts to start this off, correct?
Not really. I suppose you could use it here, but you don't get to roll crafts until you've already summited the challenge, and then once there, then you craft it, ping it into the wall.
So how do we start the challenge?
So I think first the thing would be to hop over here using athletics.
Yes. So if you guys are
Okay.
ready to go, we're at the starting line. Yeah, it's a little athletics hop.
All right.
All right. Success with style.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Success.
Great.
So you both do a hop and a skip over. It's
Heavy hops.
It's really not something that seems like it'd be that difficult, but you know, like in real life, you go anywhere where it's a cliff and you just think like, I could easily not fall off of this, but if I do, it is forever downward. It's kind of like that. And so the path up is just climbing up this, and then onto this, and then you can sort of see handholds in the rock.
Oh, okay, I see. We're doing a climbing puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll anything to get to the handholds?
It's going to be to use them. So, what you observe about it is that there are sort of rocks in place that form a nice little Assassin's Creed-like ladder, but they look shaky. So it looks like it'll make it easier for all of one person. And you can tell, given the climb, it's going to be a physique roll.
What's the other person do?
Huh?
The same, but it will be
Yeah,
harder.
you're both going to do that.
Oh, all right.
It's up to you each individually. And no matter what, people are going to be able to make it up. All right, let me lay out the rules plain as day so I'm not just busting stuff out. Where did I write it?
Oh yes, on the back of this Burger King wrapper.
I don't know why I eat so much Burger King and write all over it. So, I know the challenge for these, and you'll be rolling against that. But it's not a matter of just failing and falling back down. The number you fail by will be physical stress.
Okay.
But
Okay.
That's what I kind of figured.
the other person can step in to help, and you can split the stress either halfway / the lesser half going to the person helping.
Huh.
Cool.
I feel like that's a really cool mechanic that we're not going to use.
Good point.
Get fucked!
Didn't really consider my party at the time.
It's all right.
Frankly, kind of expected 4 to be doing this at first, so it's all over the place.
What is Canera doing when she gets to this wall?
She'd just be surveying it at first, looking for the path upwards. Maybe
Okay.
even trying out the handholds.
As you start to do that, Arya is going to close her eyes, and she'll actually set the bucket down at her feet, and walking forward with both hands outstretched, I'm going to press them against the wall, and Declan, I'm going to roll to create an advantage with Crystal Hunter.
Okay.
To try to feel out these handholds and try to find the path of least resistance. I'm not. So the wall does not talk to Arya very much.
Wow, that's a terrible roll.
Yeah, she's been like hot or cold tonight. There's no in between. I'm rolling 1s or I'm rolling 5s.
As you sort of send the pulse out, you see dust shake loose, and the sort of little bonus that the path gives you.
Did you put the scroll on the
Yeah.
bottom?
The rocks kind of shake, and the path doesn't dislodge itself, but it looks like it will if you did that again.
No boy.
Kara will kind of snap her eyes over and say, "What are you doing?"
She's gonna say, feeling for a good starting point.
Say, well, has it worked?
She's gonna look over her shoulder and say, has what worked?
Just say, have you found us a better starting point, or are you wasting my time?
I am wasting your time.
She's gonna start to climb, and she's gonna say, are you gonna be like this the whole time?
There. Oh, you're going first.
Mm-hmm. You said it's a physique roll, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright. Considering, that was not terrible.
Moats, you're already
Yeah,
up
honestly.
there.
Moats, you made it.
That could have been so much
Wow.
worse.
He's back down.
He apparated.
Yeah, I gotta say, fairly not bad. It's still currently 2 physical stress.
Alright.
Alright, my turn then. This is also scary.
Does she make it up with that, or?
Yes, like I said, you succeed no matter what, but the amount you
Okay.
fail
Take
by,
stress.
you'll make it to the next part. The consequence is stress.
Okay.
Or you could sort of concede at any time by falling all the way.
To your death.
Okay.
You could concede the entire campaign.
Yeah. And I put a lot of work in, and I will have to cancel the campaign, so I don't really want you to do that, but it's an option. Canera succeeds. Oh shit. Since no one made... I put the bonus out there, but no one made mention of it. Arya, do you want to use it since you hurried to go first?
Yes.
Okay, dial down to 1 physical stress.
Sweet.
As Arya does so, it crumbles behind her and falls out of place, Canera, but this does not stop you. And you can narrate however it is you brute force your way up the path, but you succeed completely.
Okay. Canary uses those metal-toed boots kind of as her own makeshift picks moving in, and maybe even just being extra careful to check handholds to make sure that they can carry her weight before she hefts herself up. And she'll say, kind of back to Arya, is this like an empire? Like, what do we call ourselves?
Empire.
That is It is an empire? Okay.
Yes.
Just say, we're kind of not allies of the empire.
What is our next? Our next leap is this right here.
Yes, it is an athletics roll to sort of get around this protruding rock and onto this landing with the trees on the other side.
Okay. Arya's going to already be poised for that hop, and we'll see how she decides to behave once she's landed it or not.
You hop across, and you almost don't make it. Your feet kind of skid and hit the side and knock some rocks down, but you're able to throw your weight forward.
She'll do that kind of gracelessly, and maybe even like coming forward onto a knee or splaying out a hand before looking over and saying, "Well, right now I'm the only ally you've got on this cliffside."
Canera sprints
Just sails
and
past
jumps
her.
clean past you while you're speaking.
She makes a really sweet landing on her feet. She'll say, clearly I am your only ally.
I want to say we're halfway through. Just continue acting this way if it's how you want to act, but the stakes are like infinite. You could set these at each of these points.
Oh, okay.
But you need the stakes. The person in front sets the stakes, so there's going to be no one behind you to use them. Unless I guess these guys came up later.
Well, I guess I'll use my time reversal spell to bring me back here and lay a crafts roll because I forgot about that.
You can't do that. Was Canera going to give you the rope? Because otherwise, I mean...
Yeah, we will. While we're having our... It's us not realizing we could set them at every interval.
We'll stomp one in there. Jesus Christ, Aria.
That one's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Can I try?
No,
you gave me the stakes,
Aria
man.
has it.
Yeah. So with the second attempt, since the first one didn't take, Arya will again, as Canera says, her line. She's already crouching over, and Roll20 will not let me open my page. Hold on.
Demarcate these. That's a -2 on that one, so not going to be helping anybody. Okay, 1.
All right. What does that do? Are we in?
Huh? Yeah.
All right.
That's what it makes it 1 easier for the next person to need it.
Okay.
To go back this way.
I guess. Yeah.
So she'll stomp one in, and then this is our next hop.
Yes. This. So. Again, you see kind of something that makes it easier. You see some sort of frail trees coming out of the cliffside, which look like you can sort of monkey along them for making it 1 easier, adding a 1 to your roll. Again, kind of looks like you'll tear them clean out as of using them.
That's just athletics.
This one is either athletics or physique, depending on climbing or just jumping.
All right, I'm gonna use that first.
Okay.
All right, you monkey up them. You kind of jump and use it to try to pull yourself along. It rips out, and again, you only sort of make it like you've hit the side and have your arms over the ledge, and are able to pull yourself over. Canera, as you watch the trees drop, you see the ability to make this easier on yourself, deprived.
Yeah, and she's gonna just go ahead and walk right to the next ledge and start working on her stake without waiting for Canera.
Can I notice to try to create myself an advantage?
You may.
Canera, thank you.
You do notice. You see this sort of shadow in the wall. There's a crack there, which you would be able to use as sort of a foothold.
All right, excellent. With the trees kind of falling away, but revealing a bit of that crack. Nope, wrong athletics. Here we go. This is with a add my That's a 2 onto
Okay.
that.
You succeed the amount over Arya as you did last time.
We gotta keep up appearances.
Sort of
Pretty
nimbly
much.
placing your foot in and hopping up off of it and somersaulting over the ledge.
Literally just proving.
But as another fucking stake just like cannot find any ground. Maybe even this one Arya goes to drive it too far forward on the cliff and it just pikes off an edge and then it crumbles down and you just watch it fall.
Kara watches you very judgmentally.
She'll just be mumbling to herself, ah, damn it.
Not again.
My one weakness.
There's a
Crest.
shot from down below where we just see like us
Yeah,
two
you just
sitting.
Dink, dink, dink.
Flatter to the ground.
Our eyes turn upwards to see you up there. Then we cut back.
Not you, Modes.
Yeah, not
Oh.
him.
Oh.
So, as you guys kind of catch your breath and turn your eyes upward, you see it. This one looks fairly challenging. You don't really see any obvious handholds or anything. It's gonna be some, you know how climbers sort of have to wedge their hands into cracks and stuff? Looks like you're gonna have to do that because there's no obvious Assassin's Creed path up. It's just gonna be a physique climb straight up.
She'll Kara will look at Arya and then up at the cliff and she'll say, you're not going to make this one.
Bitch.
She'll look back and say, I gathered that.
She says, stand on my shoulders and reach the edge.
She'll say, you can't be serious.
It's just a pan of Canara's face, unwavering. Say, I'm serious. She'll say, I'm never not serious.
That's true.
Yeah. Arya she'll almost look around as if the others were there to sort of play off of. And when she realizes it's just her and this fucking frowning woman, she'll approach, she'll look up, and she'll
Just
start
grab the butt
climbing up her
crack.
back.
What's the intent here?
So I want to try to create an
You gonna
advantage.
carry me up?
No. I just want to give you, like, a height advantage so you could, like, basically give her a plus to physique so she doesn't have to climb as high, you know what I mean?
I feel like to illustrate how like I'm gonna be rolling at a -2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, what if I roll my regular physique to try to create the advantage because I'm not moving? I'm just
Exactly.
standing in place to allow you to climb up.
Sure.
And if not successful, she falls down or something.
all right,
All right.
perfect.
Canara, I'm so proud of you tonight.
All right, that creates it.
All right. And because this is a different cliff face, I'm gonna try to just stack the odds here, and I'm gonna do what I did before,
She falls.
so that I'm not doing this at every single checkpoint. But I want this to work and be cool. So let's see. My fucking god, Arya.
I'm a skilled mage.
Yeah, you sort of
She's so good.
tap your
So good
hands
at
to
magic,
it,
guys.
and the shockwave rings out and feeds back to you. God damn, this is kind of a bulbous ledge. There's no pores or cracks or anything.
It's perfect. This is the smoothest
Perfect.
The
ledge.
perfect
way.
cheek.
All right. Well, we're rolling flat.
You get +2.
Yeah, that
Oh,
which makes flat.
Flat.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hey, he rolled positive.
You rolled positive, but we're pretty far in. 2 stress.
All right.
Boo.
Better than
Avoided
it
a
could've
much
been.
worse fate.
Also true.
Could have been much worse. So Arya will pretty much exhaust herself getting up to this ledge. Kind of like hyperextending herself, fucking bucket clattering, stakes spilling out as she just about makes the last grip of it, fingernails scraping rocks. She throws herself over and tumbles.
You've got some
And,
bloodied hands and
yeah,
covered in dirt
definitely.
as you hoist yourself over.
But waiting for Canara, she will stand and start to gather the stakes and put them back in the bucket.
All right.
Physique.
This
Get a
is going to
four.
be the bad one. Wow.
Oh my god.
Kanera, you are. Kanera is just going well so she can prove Arya wrong.
Man,
it's like
guys,
a sheer will
I was really
determination.
like thinking like, you know what? This is challenging enough. They'll probably be getting the stress. They'll be worrying like, oh man, can I take this one? Canara's taking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You only meet it this time. You kind of have to scramble up yourself like it's.
Oh, it's a tall cliff. Like Kanera has to really like work to get up there, and almost like very steadfast in her own willingness to do it by herself. She manages to get to the top.
I do like that Arya doesn't throw the rope down until after you're done. That's very good storytelling.
This is we're not friends. Did I take any stress, by the way?
No, you met
No.
it.
Kanera kind of like, her weapon is wrapped up right now, but she kind of drives it into the ground, resting for a moment, kind of taking in a few deep breaths as she probably sees Arya toss the rope over now.
Well, you've got the rope. I've just been putting spikes in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll go over and I'll toss the rope over.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do, and she'll tie it around the fucking pike. And she's gonna look at the rest of the way here, and she's gonna say, all right, I didn't want to admit this, but I'm doing pretty bad here.
She says, I do believe you chipped a nail.
She says, I'm not gonna make it to the summit if there's much more of this.
Can we see the top from here?
Yes. You can see it, but as hopefully you can see from the illustration, it's a jump.
All right. But
You can
feasibly,
see over to your right that the cliff does like loop around and it is connected. I mean, there's a smaller hop over here, but you can see a path which, you know, obvious consequences. It's going to take time away. You're probably going to spend even longer here to even do that.
mm-hmm.
But there is a safer option.
I absolutely want to compel myself to not take the saber option.
I will compel your treble, your music
treble.
aspect, that you
Right.
see the jump, and you think like, I'm not gonna fucking let that stop me.
Yeah, I've got that. Without I've been rolling today, come on.
Oh no.
What could possibly go wrong? Kanera, looking across, she'll look back and she'll say, I have the pick and I have the bucket, right?
Yeah.
I have the bucket, I have the stakes, you have the pick and the rope.
Okay. Then she's going to hand you the rope and she'll say, the bucket.
She's gonna say, you want the stakes in it too?
Says, no, you can keep those. Says, you'll need them to set up footholding so we can get back down safely. She'll say, so you can get back down safely.
I feel like you want that to cut more, but they can't help us on the way back down now that we're already up here. But she'll just toss her the bucket, and she'll sit down in whatever. Is there like a grassy part, or is this all just rock?
It's pretty much just rock.
Yeah, she'll sit in the shade of one of these little outcroppings and just kind of let the wind blow her hair around.
Kara will hook the bucket up and she's got the pick and she's gonna go for the collection of crystals. So she kind of backs up a bit because we're jumping just straight across, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty sheer drop in between. You can kind of see once you're at the top of it. Actually, I guess Moat's the Ostrich from his
There you go.
vantage.
Jesus Christ.
The scattered cliffs, I mean, it seems like an obvious name, but they kind of look like jagged shards of something, as if they were a larger thing separated out, and now there's chasms in between.
Okay. Kara will almost get down in like that runner's stance where you
I can see it.
like touch the ground. Her own kind of like what's left of her braid flowing in the wind. And then we're gonna take what I'm assuming is an athletics, but I'm gonna use a blink charge. So this is gonna have a +2 to it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I can't fucking.
Did you stack against your physique or your athletics for the gear that you're carrying?
I did 1 and 1.
Oh, good idea. I thought about that.
So this is gonna be this plus a 2, and then I'll hopefully not botch this. Great.
Nice.
Fuck me running. All right, Canera. You lean back and sort of gauge the distance, and you then start your run. Start charging across, and with a whoop, your arms fucking waving in the air, the sort of jump form. You sail across the chasm. There's the wide shot of your silhouette just from one to the other as Arya watches, and you poof into the side, and only your upper half gets over and grips in. But it's enough. You match it. You're able to pull yourself over after a moment of skittering.
If I may, right before she started to jump over, maybe
right.
her hair stood on end just a bit, like that, like just a brief kind of hint of static.
Yeah, Arya, your hair crackles and kind of gets
I like
staticky.
And as she leaps forward, it's not just a raw leap. It's like she sort of jolts forward almost abnormally quickly as she takes off the ledge, but then it immediately goes back to her own momentum as she collides with the side of the cliff. And there's a shot of her just like really focused eyes as she digs her like pauldrons in and then hefts herself up with the clanking of metal. And dusts herself off as the wind kind of catches her. And she's presumably surrounded by stones.
Yes, you see gold, beautiful gold.
There's gold!
Gold!
Sunstone is a lot like amber. It's got sort of red speckled minerals inside of it. It's nice and healthy growing here. You can see it kind of growing all down this aft side of the cliff. The side that's always caught by the sun and not the shade. And yeah, you see plenty of bounty at which to pick. And when you look over to your left, you see a pair of binoculars and a telescope and just a sort of mat piked to the ground.
Canera's brows will sort of furrow, and she'll... Man, my immediate thought is there anywhere anyone could be hiding?
Is that what this notice is for?
Yes.
You look around and there's really nowhere for anyone to hide.
Then Canera, hand kind of ready at her weapon, will approach into the stone. Oh, it's up!
Carmen Sandiego.
Carmen, what are you doing here?
How did
I thought
you actually get onto my map? Kane changed his entire muse icon for that.
I love it.
Carmen, what are you doing here? I thought we'd never speak of this again.
Carmen, you promised.
I couldn't forget you, Canera. I spent some time in Beijing, but you were still on my mind.
Did you know there's a Beijing here?
It's in the Asia analog off to the west on the map. Although back on the ground, if you guys have anything, does Moats have anything between Ostrich?
I'm just wondering, realistically, are they going to be back in time that we wouldn't just set up camp here?
You could.
Yeah, I mean, are we getting to the later evening?
Yeah, so took you the half day to get here. You're here in the afternoon. And as they summit the rest of the way, the sun starts to set and the moon begins to rise. It's kind of dusk right now.
So this is where the moon rises?
I'll refer to Ostrich in that case and say, the moon will be upon us soon. It's best that we set up camp. Should they return, they'll be tired. We have a long day ahead of us.
Should they return?
Should they return?
If
Should
they
only
ever make
Canera
it.
return?
When the when the saint gets back.
Ostrich turns to the blind man and kind of regards the idea, and since he can't see it, he'll just affirm, perhaps you're right. And
I'll leave
what
it
do I
to
have to
you.
do to set up camp?
Nothing. It just happens.
All right.
Fullbacks.
Arya Sara song. I'd like, while you're sitting there alone and you finally leave the sight of just about everybody, I'd like to compel aspect number 4 for you to start descending, leaving
All right.
leaving your burdened implements behind.
I will take that.
God damn it, Arya. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, she'll wait until she can't hear Canera's footsteps, and then sort of looking around as like the shadows kind of move on the rocks, gauging how much time has passed. She will light on her feet, just get up and walk away from that bucket. Wait, you took the bucket. Walk away from the stakes.
Yeah, stakes in the
and
rope.
rope.
Stakes and rope. All
It's my
right.
favorite meal at Chili's.
Stakes and rope.
They'll make it whenever you want.
Ugh.
He calls spaghetti rope. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like any of this. All right, am I rolling to actually get down?
Nope.
Or I'm
You
just,
just
all right.
butt slide down like a kid going down the stairs and go back down all the
Just
stuff
like-
you previously traversed.
Yes. All right. Well, I imagine that time is passing as she's doing that.
Yeah. Was there anything further other than setting up camp, boys?
Not currently, unless Ostrich has something.
This guy's being dudes.
Yeah, just
No,
quiet enough.
I mean Ostrich's camp is kind of piss poor, but you know.
Well, is it? Roll crafts.
I guess so.
You can't help
I
it.
knew
Always
that. I
Sean.
knew this boy had some crafts.
He has 3 crafts, you numbskulls. You bucket of fools.
suggested to stay.
Yes.
And you could all order him to go. God, I made those steaks for him to make it easier on everyone else.
But he made a compelling argument. It's gonna be a bitch ass for him to get up there.
With it. Yeah, it works out for me.
His physique and athletics are fine. He's just
That's
being a baby.
hilarious.
Arya did
That's
way worse than
hilarious.
he ever would have.
Listen,
Oh,
I'm not
man.
much of a climber. I'll chase people down. That's my job, but
He's an executioner by trade.
I'm not gonna climb up a fucking sheer cliff.
I mean, I honestly just made Arya go because I hate her guts. So
Hoping she died.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe she'd slip.
I set out such an elegantly usable system. I feel bad that you didn't get any stress off it otherwise, but frankly, these are good rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a second. Give me a second with my notes. Or actually, I'll narrate this. So, used to basically being, if there's not a handy boy available, being the one who sets up any on-travel tents for your lady's comfort, Ostrich. You do this deftly, and Moats, you can hear an extremely proficient... You just hear he knows exactly what to do with a stake when putting it into the ground. And think, maybe this plan could have gone better.
It looks good from here.
Yeah, no, Moat's like this guy's the right deal, the right bet.
Yeah, Moat says, I always keep the crafty ones by my side.
I imagine it's a person. It works just fine.
Yeah.
All right. So back to Canera. Canera
Yeah.
Sorrow Song. You approach the Matt and Nox and Telescope.
Yeah.
There they are.
Kind of with like soft tread, still very cautious, approaching them before stepping before the Nox. How old do they look? How old does this all
Roll
look?
investigate.
I would prefer not to.
Well,
What's going on up there? Oh, investigate? Huh.
Ah,
I like
that
it.
is a fucking good ass knot you tied.
You see that it's hard to gauge because like dust and cloud cover is an annoying thing, but it looks like they've been here a while. There's no evidence of them being touched that you can find.
Maybe like the slightest little residue buildup where the wind isn't blowing.
Yeah, particularly in the direction the wind regularly seems to blow, like moss. Fuck.
Canara will. It's just a mat and binoculars. There's nothing
Person.
written.
There's a note written that says, Rebel Arbiter Burns, Knox, don't touch.
Don't touch.
No, there's no evidence.
All right. She'll lean down and she'll pick up the knocks and kind of like shaking them off a little bit. She'll kind of approach the edge that they were overlooking, and she'll hold them up to her eye.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even trying to like get down a little bit, like as if someone were sitting on the mat, just trying to hit the angle right.
You can kind of see that it's easier if you're standing up.
Oh, okay.
And you notice you can spy the entirety of the entire like the canyon from here.
Ma.
Please. Oh, so many layers. You at the top of the cliff. Everyone else. Oh my god. Everyone else below. You alone can look over everything. You can see the Forgiven camp. You can see the Crimson Court camp. You see the Old Wall ruins. You can see into... You can see into the Border Spire Old Walls, which is like not a vantage you had previously, and you can see down into the valley.
Kira would take a brief survey of everything, but seeing that she could see into the spire walls, she'd definitely take an extra second to spot whatever she can from that vantage point, just out of tactical curiosity.
So you're going to start with the old wall, because you can do all these and it's no real wasted time.
Oh yeah, she'd start with the old walls.
You can see emerging from inside, you can see the spire from goddamn anywhere. It's just about as tall as these cliffs, which is freaky.
You're freaked.
I'm freaked.
Take freak damage.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You see several rebels who look geared like local style emerge, surrounding one young woman with raven black hair. Unusually long for a rebel. It's swathed around her shoulders, and she emerges. She appears to have some similarly dressed fellows in tow. Amelia Ravenblack. This is my roleplay character who stands and speaks derisively from the corner of the bar.
She's a pet raven.
I like just raven black hair.
Yeah. Well, that's the one you wrote,
That's
so I
her
guess
whole
you
name.
do like that.
That's why I like it, yeah.
You see them emerge, and sort of like an important person at a business meeting, several rebels gather around them, sort of walking to keep pace and poring over notes she seems to have on a parchment. You can roll lore on their armor to maybe get an idea of what they're from.
Sure.
Cool.
Way to go. One stat.
That's the kind of armor you come geared with when you're coming straight from the heart of the tiers. Tiers you're very familiar with, since the North tiers are the only ones remaining.
Okay.
This is likely the Arbiter.
The Arbiter.
Arbiter Edra Burn, which Arya spoke of. Arya Batur Edra Burn.
Edora Burns.
Nope.
Can you write Arbiter too, just so I can remember that? And okay. So is that sort of all there is to see there?
No, are you gonna keep watching as long as they're out there?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
That's where most of our focus would be.
You're gonna spend a couple minutes up there, and you're going to sort of see them talk for a while. They're gonna scratch their heads and rub their chins, and then the Arbiter, you assume, appears to speak an idea, sort of wave her hands and speaks quite surely, and the rebels sort of nod, mouths agape. And she'll nod and roll up the parchment and point towards the edge of the wall. And when you look over there, you see them throwing down a rope ladder down the side, which she starts to climb and lower herself, and her party of 5 seem to attend with her.
Mm-hmm.
They all climb down the wall and appear to be heading directly east.
Oh, so they're out of the wall.
They have left the walls that you guys are trying to get past and are out into the wilds now. They're heading directly east.
We can meet them.
Toward the ruins?
Yes.
Okay.
When you look to the ruins, if you're inclined to look inside there, which one is it? You can see a group of black and gray-furred lycanthropes stalking about the ruins.
Oh,
That should be fine.
that'd be fine.
They're on our side.
Those are friends.
They're friendly.
But that's all there is for that. You just see them walking around and scratching themselves.
All right.
What's next?
I think she would take a precursory look at everything she could. So a quick look toward the valley.
Down in the valley, you see, it's kind of hard. That one's the farthest, and it's a dip. You can't even nearly see the cave, but you can see into the recessed valley. You see a group of bloodsuckers approaching a group of Forgiven. And one Forgiven seems to be stepping forward and holding out a hand. In typical fashion of any of their interactions, it seems to be, no, get the fuck out of here. But that's all you get without any sort of empathy roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna check on that.
Okay.
I'll look towards the Crimson Court camp.
They're just sort of, they drink wine in the fields and observe a higher up, an esquire, beating up a sycophant.
Yeah, Canera looks immediately away toward the median.
At the median, you can distantly see the Archbishop with her guidance approaching the tent, and the Countess similarly approaching. It seems they're meeting again.
And what about the Forgiven camp?
Vicar Carleton is delivering a sermon to a bunch of seated Forgiven.
The last thing I would do is I'd try to get a bead again on the Arbiter to see if I could spot and make sure that they're still on course.
Sure, roll notice. Yeah, after some hunting... God damn, these rolls.
Canera is showing her saint status
really
tonight.
Fucking brought it tonight. I love it.
After some hinting, yeah, you can see them definitely along the trail. It's sort of diverged off, and there's no real turns they can take. They're bound for the old wall ruins.
All right. Canera will remove the binoculars from her face, maybe even taking a hand to kind of wipe away some of the dust that had rested on her cheeks. Quick question for player clarity. We're trying to get past the walls for what purpose?
So that'd be much easier than throwing all of your forces at, according to lore, indestructible old walls. You'd be having to find a way to climb them. In any other given siege, right, Sean? They would try to destroy the walls in some way or punch a hole.
Yeah, I mean, they would either try to get over them or destroy them if they had no means to do so.
Yeah, either over or through, and they're pretty tall and are indestructible by current known methods.
All right. So given that, Kanara will muse. She's going to head back over toward the crystals. I think for the time being, she is going to collect a few, just for the sake of the fact that that's what she came up here to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to do anything specific for that, or can I just
having those items
No
makes
rolls.
it free.
All right. So she'll take the pick. She'll swing back, and with that, familiar kind of striking, she'll hit the stone and she'll break off some crystals. Some sunstone that she'll place into the bucket, and she'll kind of wheel back around. Can I look for Arya?
Are you attempting to hide in this time, Arya?
She left, didn't she?
How much time do you feel like has passed?
It would have taken her.
Around, I'd assume.
I don't know. It would have taken her a while surveying. She would have spent a while on that. That combined with Sunstone, it's going to be a couple hours for Kanara.
Okay. So I'm already towards the bottom-ish. Yeah, probably just roll stealth.
All right.
Yeah, you think she's at the bottom.
I love that.
Kanara scoffs.
I'm going to spend a fate point, and I'll tap number 4 again to be completely undetected.
Okay.
You don't know where she is.
You don't know where she
Kanara
went. She's not with your tools.
Kanara will scoff still. Just say, Exosa give me strength.
No.
What did you say?
No.
Says Moat's charging
Did
up
you
the
take
hill.
the name in vain? Hop! And Moats does a standing leap, 800 feet up to the cliff.
He just starts walking up the wall like you.
She says, she'll continue to say, no, she won't say anything else right now. How do I get back over this? Do I have to re-jump?
Given you've got the stuff, yes. You're going to have to redo the challenges.
Man. Declan just wants you to take any consequence.
We've eliminated the physique ones, because it's all just going to be jumping down, so you get to do all athletics for this course.
Okay. I'm definitely worried about me jumping across this thing raw.
Can we go back to the original map whenever you guys like tech?
Oh, right. I've been here, so.
No worries.
So here's the thing. I could walk all the way around and that would be safe.
It's going to add another quarter of a day of traversal time.
Okay.
On top of everything you've already done.
Yeah, I'll just see how this goes. Not bad, honestly.
Something is wrong.
Huh.
As you leap over in sort of the same confident manner, when you hit the other side, the ground buckles like a fine powder under you.
Oh,
You slam to the ground for 3 stress.
ow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Shit.
What did you do, Arya?
Some-
What did
Yeah,
you do?
I was just about to say, what the fuck did you do?
Some
Nice. I
sunstones.
got the fuck out of there before the fucking sunstones cursed items got to me.
He knows. How do you know about the curse? I gotta uninvite you guys from the Google Doc that's my notes.
You guys weren't supposed to read that.
You promised.
They
You put
did
it on
promise.
YouTube. Of course, it's auto plays.
Yeah, it's easy for me when I put it on YouTube.
So the ground that she lands on is soft, and it kind of crumples underneath her, maybe even chunks of it kind of falling out into the abyss as she hits the ground and tries to catch herself with an arm.
Yeah. You are hurt.
Ow, she says.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Just kind of catch yourself with a grit of teeth and push yourself up. Do I need to recollect any of the stones?
Yeah, but it's really just flavor. You just kind of scoop some of them back up.
Yeah, I'll scoop them back up and attach the pail back on. And she's going to look around and she'll say, child.
A little boy in a propeller beanie walks up and you mean me?
You mean me?
I'm Leonard Shorts Emporium.
boy.
Not you, Leonard.
Okay,
The
bye.
other child.
It's about time,
he jumps
Leonard.
off the edge of the cliff into the
Propeller
abyss.
flies. He
Leonard
glides.
Go
Short
hell.
Emporium.
Yeah, his
Just
father
got a
owns the
little-
Shorts Emporium. He's the heir to the
Oh,
legacy.
name.
A helicopter beanie flies off gracefully. Presumably, there's no answer.
Oh, no, she's gone.
So, not really waiting around. She's just gonna head back down towards where Moats is.
Roll athletics.
It happens again.
Looking forward to it.
You gonna use the rope?
I could.
You may. You're allowed.
It's there. Is it just a 1?
Yep. The literal point
Yeah.
value is listed. The -2s don't mean they take away. I just listed
It
that
just
for
means they don't
posterity.
do
It just
anything.
means there's nothing to them.
All right. Yeah, I'll add it just for the sake of just in case.
Oh, god damn it. I'm always scrolled up checking previous stuff. Okay. Oh, you added it after the fact?
Yeah, just it's a 5.
Okay, yeah, impressive. You realize that you meet the challenge as you grip onto the rope and start to fall down, that it kind of yanks out of the ground and the ground crumbles and scatters down the cliff and you land in a fucking mild crater. This shit feels brittle.
You lore.
Yeah, I was just
Says shouts Moats.
Moats!
Do lore.
do I need to do lore or notice or investigate?
Investigate might do it, lore might do it, although lore is a bit challenging.
I'll do investigate. No,
Clay
yeah,
molders.
Probably.
Yeah, it looks
probably.
looks brittle. The part you cracked sure doesn't look very complete.
It's definitely different than it was though than when we went up, right?
I can't say that. You didn't roll. You might still roll lore.
Okay.
Here come the bad rolls.
You know, you were kind of skipping right over it. Maybe landing on it this hard is. Maybe Arya was light and you are covered in armor.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say you're uncertain.
Headgear.
It's not an answer for you.
All right. She'll just continue heading down then.
All right, athletics across. As you put your feet in to bound over, there's just a crunch, so they buckle out from under you, and you sail across with another for 2 physical stress.
You gotta beat the
All
mountain.
right.
These mountains is fucked.
Mountain's gonna beat my shit. All right. Kanara will maybe even like having to like grab something in the cliff face to like pull herself back up and kind of stabilize herself. What do we have left? Is it just an athletics to go down?
Yeah, down and then the tiny hop across.
Okay. I could justify. All right. Well, we'll see what comes of this.
As you hop down, bracing yourself for the worst, you manage to hit some solid earth and not totally beef it for once. The sunstones clatter in your basket, but are safe.
All right. Kanara will maybe even like testing her feet against the ground. She'll look back up toward the cliff face. I guess just to see if any rocks have fallen, like if there's anything notably wrong with them from here.
Not here.
She'll just continue forward then, toward Moats and Party, Moats and Co, Boots and Cats.
Ooh.
Um,
Easiest challenge.
around the time that you actually make it onto the ground is when you will finally see Arya.
Oh, okay. Back up.
She's giant.
Oh, Ari, so
Wow,
big.
she's very large. I've only grown stronger in the
child.
time you've been away, Saint.
Uh,
Do that look.
Canaro will amble up and she'll say, why am I not surprised?
She will, she'll look over at you and she'll say, did you get him?
She says, what do you think, my child? And she'll lift the bucket.
Arya will look exhausted, but she'll finally smile at that.
She'll say, Canaro will look up and say, what do you think you're on about? Says, putting your hands to the cliff face to make it weaker, just to inhibit me getting down the side. Says, do you think you're clever?
Arya will, she'll look kind of confused and she'll say, oh, no, that's not what I was doing.
She says, I saw you put your hands to that wall and it crumbled.
She'll